They arrived with a tape measure and a simple paper for me to sign at the kitchen table. A real estate attorney read one paragraph and said, "If you sign this, you could lose your house but still owe the loan." Welcome to Family Showdowns Daily, daily narrated stories about real-life conflicts and how people get through them. Names and details are changed. Today, my family tried to force me to swap houses with my sister. They brought simple papers to sign. A lawyer explained exactly how dangerous those papers were. Let's begin. I own a small 2-bedroom bungalow. I bought it myself. Inspection, title insurance, 30-year fixed. My sister Kelsey has a toddler and rents a 1-bedroom near downtown. My parents decided our family needed a rebalancing. Mom's pitch: Kelsey's family needs space. You're single, just swap houses. It's temporary. Dad added the classic line, "We'll keep it in the family." I said no, politely, 5 times. They started workshopping the plan without me. Pinterest boards of Kelsey's new living room using my floor plan. Then Mom texted, "Sunday, we'll come by to measure. Bring a pen for a couple forms." Sunday morning, doorbell, then Kelsey, her husband Evan, my parents, and a tape measure that looked like a threat. "Don't stress," Mom said, walking straight to the primary bedroom. "We're measuring for the crib and wardrobe." Evan unrolled a sketch. My living room with play corner, toddler gate, and an arrow labeled Kelsey and Evan's TV. Dad opened a folder. "And we brought something to sign so taxes are clean." I asked what it was. "A quitclaim," he said, like it was a casserole. "It just moves your name to Kelsey so we can handle insurance." "We'll add you to her condo later." A fair swap, Kelsey smiled, hopeful and tired. "It's just family." "We'll refinance soon." I felt the floor tilt. A quitclaim? Add me to their place later? Refinance soon? I told everyone to pause. I took photos of the documents. Then I said, "No signatures today." "We're done measuring." I walked them out and texted, "I'll get legal advice and follow up." At the table, I read what they'd brought. Quitclaim deed from me to Kelsey. No warranty, no money changing hands. A 1-page hold harmless Evan had Googled, saying they'd assume responsibility for mortgage payments. A temporary swap memorandum stating we'd trade occupancy for at least 24 months with no rent, family consideration only. 2 giant problems jumped off the page even to a non-lawyer. 1. Nothing about my mortgage, which would still be in my name even if I deeded the house away. 2. Nothing binding them to refinance by a date or to keep taxes/insurance current. I opened my laptop and looked up a real estate attorney. Her name was Maya Chen. I booked the earliest slot and emailed the PDFs. Maya met me on a video call the next day. She didn't dramatize. She diagrammed. "First," she said, "a quitclaim deed only moves title. It does not remove you from the loan. If they stop paying, the bank comes after you. Second, many mortgages have a due on sale clause. If you transfer title without the lender's consent, the lender can demand the full balance. Third, this hold harmless sheet is worthless to your lender." She kept going, gentle but surgical. A temporary swap where they live there and you live in their condo is actually a landlord-tenant situation in both directions. 2 leases, security deposits, repairs, habitability. You cannot just family handshake that and be safe. Transferring property without fair market value can trigger tax filings and possibly property tax reassessment, depending on your state. If they put you on their condo later, you'd be tying your credit to their debts and any liens you don't control. If you all end up as co-owners, They could file a partition action to force a sale. Then she said the sentence that crystallized it. A quitclaim doesn't quit the loan. I asked Maya to put her analysis in plain English for my family. She agreed to join a meeting that evening. Love these daily stories? Like plus subscribe? Back to it. We met in my living room. Me, Kelsey, and Evan, my parents, and Maya on a laptop stand. I opened by saying we all want Kelsey's family to have space, safely. Maya began with questions. Maya: Kelsey, are you pre-approved to refinance this house into your name within 60 days? Kelsey: We were hoping to refinance later. Evan's bonus? Maya: So no pre-approval. Maya: Evan, who would pay property taxes, insurance, and repairs during this temporary swap? Evan: We would, obviously. Maya: That's not obvious in your papers. And if you miss a payment, the lender comes after my client. Maya: Dad, this quitclaim would transfer title out of your child's name. If the lender invokes due on sale, who pays the entire balance now? Silence. Maya: Mom, you mentioned keeping it in the family. That's not a legal term. What you're proposing is an off-the-book sale with no consideration, no escrow, no title search, and no lender consent. If anything goes wrong, you will have broken your child's financial safety net. Mom stiffened. We're not criminals. We're family, Maya softened. I'm not calling anyone a criminal. I'm saying this plan is unsafe and likely violates your loan agreement. If you want to help Kelsey, there are safe ways, Dad asked quietly. Like what? Maya laid out 3 options, and I repeated them slowly. 1. Market value sale to Kelsey and Evan through a proper closing. Their loan, their title, my loan paid off, full disclosures, inspections, escrows, tax forms. 2. Fair lease. They can rent my house at market rate with a written lease, deposit, and proof of renter's insurance. I remain owner, no title transfer. 3. No deal. We stay family without mixing deeds and loans. Then Maya added one more sentence to make the risk real. If you deed this house away and they default, my client could lose the property and still owe the bank. Please don't sign kitchen table deeds. Kelsey put her face in her hands. I just wanted a backyard for the baby. I said, I know. I want that for you too. Let's do it the right way. We took 48 hours. Kelsey and Evan met a lender. They couldn't qualify right now. Student loans, a recent car note, and a thin savings cushion. So I wrote a boundary note to the family. No title transfers, quitclaims, or temporary swap memoranda. Ever. If Kelsey wants the house, we'll talk in 6 months with a lender's pre-approval and a realistic closing plan. In the meantime, I'll offer them a 12-month lease at fair market rent with a normal lease, deposit, and maintenance terms, if my lender allows renting and if I decide it's right for me. No more measuring my rooms without an invitation. No more bring a pen. Dad nodded. Mom was angry. Evan was embarrassed. Kelsey hugged me and whispered, "Thank you for not making me feel stupid." A week later, they found a bigger rental 5 blocks from a park. We had Sunday dinner at their place. No folders, no forms, just pasta and a puzzle on the coffee table. I kept one souvenir, the quitclaim they brought to my kitchen. I slid it into a plastic sleeve labeled "Do Not Sign." Question: If your family asked you to do a temporary house swap, which option would you pick? Proper sale, proper lease, or no deal? And why? If this helped, please like and subscribe, and check the playlist Housing and Boundaries. New narrated story every day.